USA, very proud American to be here in Goa, India for the Women's Economic Forum. It's an honor and it's a privilege to be here to share with all of you today my favorite topic, which is social media and being your own best publicist. When I was in college, a very long time ago, studying journalism, I have a friend that wrote a poem. Does anybody know the song Life in the Fast Lane by the Eagles?
Yes.
Life in the Fast Lane? Well, he wrote this song about me, and it was the same song, but he changed the lyrics, and he called it Life in the White Pumps. Because even as a young college student, I was always dressed up professionally. I always was wearing white pumps. Today they're my glittery Cinderella slippers. But I was always on the move, and I was always going somewhere. And I was passionate that one day I was going to be the next Barbara Walters, and I was going to save the world by telling stories that mattered and made a difference, and I was going to be this famous journalist. So that was my dream. Since I was 10 or 12 years old, I was always scrapbooking. My dad would tease me because he'd come in on the floor, and this was before computers, when I had a pair of scissors, and I would cut out all of the words, headlines, in every magazine, in every menu, anywhere I could find words. I was always cutting them out and saving them in files, and I had these file folders of words, and then I would lay them all over the floor in my bedroom, and I would take photos, and I had my own camera when I was very young, and I was constantly scrapbooking and telling stories. At that time, they were my stories, and they were my family stories, and I grew up in the Silicon Valley area in California, and I have 3 siblings and, of course, 2 parents, and I was always telling our stories, so I have thousands of scrapbooks. So that was way before social media time that I was figuring out a way to capture the story. And I do that now professionally. I'm very passionate about it, and I love telling other people's stories. So today here, what we're going to be talking about is how to be your own best publicist. And getting back to the song that my friend wrote, he would always say, Life in the White Pumps, he says, Denise is always tooting her own horn. So how many of you are embarrassed about that and think that it's not okay for you to talk about yourself or to brag about yourself? Okay? Some of my clients are raising their hands, so that's why they pay me the big bucks, so that I can talk about them and they don't have to. Because it's how many of us, it's awkward to brag about ourselves. It's unpolite. It's not professional. We shouldn't do it. Even while we're here, I know Sandra, she's like, what are my friends going to think when they see all these pictures of me that you're putting up all over here and there and there? I said, they're going to think you're amazing. And if they don't think you're amazing, they're not your friend.
Exactly.
They're not your friend. Yes. So let's remember that if you're really in authentic purpose and you're really doing what you're meant to be doing, your energy will come through and show. And I find that a lot of my clients, I have to help them with that because they are awkward. They want to do their job, and they do it very well, but they don't know how to brag about themselves. And so that's what social media is. So how many of you love social media? How many of you are using it already? How many of you, first of all, in this room here, if you have the internet, I know a lot of us just transferred from the high